Hi there. Whoops, that's better. I forgot my lamp. I was sitting here in the dark and then I realized I could just turn the light on. Ooh, I think we're going to be deep today. Got my heart shirt on. Since we're in meandering May, I thought it would be fun to, you know, uh, kind of wing it a little today. Because my mind is all over the place. I should say my inspirations are all over the place. I, by the way, am Zazoo Plazz, author of The Audacious Adventures of Zazoo Plazz, part-time superhero, full-time mom. If you're here for the first time, I welcome you to my video series. And if you're returning, glad you're back. I bet you can't wait to hear what I've got in store today. I often don't know, because when I do these videos, I don't plan them ahead of time. I'm usually getting ready, and I'm thinking of what I might talk about, but until I get in this chair and sort of center myself, take a few deep breaths and give thanks for something, open my heart, I honestly don't know what I want to talk about most days. And the thing that comes to me rarely has anything to do with what I've spent the whole day talking or spouting off or writing about in the real world. So it's a little quirk, kind of a big quirk, of Zazoo, who is my alter ego. So we are the same. That I have always noticed little things. And particularly at a time in life right now where everything is stopped or slowed, it's a great time to be an observer, and really live your life as an observer. And those, if you start noticing, as you're sitting in one place, people, events, things that you're drawn to, and keep a log of them, you start to connect the dots, and you see an overlying pattern. And this is where stories come from, at least for me. I say, here's on the back of my book here, that I've lived most of my life in the greater Hartford, Connecticut area, recording snippets for this book in my head, my heart, and lots of top secret notebooks. And that's true. There's a bin over there that has maybe half a dozen to a dozen notebooks. And I have more in the attic that my husband is refusing to bring down unless I write another book, because he doesn't want me to get distracted. The thing is that I have more than enough material, even if I don't write about anything that's already happened. Because every day, if you're open to the inspiration of the spirit, things come to you. And I want to let you know, if you weren't on the same energy level, in other words, the people and things you become aware of have to be on your level, so to speak, for you to become aware of them. Otherwise, you either wouldn't consider it time well spent to bother with them, or you wouldn't be aware of them because they're, way above where you are in life. In other words, say you're in a building, right? I had a dream about this last night. And the building is like, your school of life. And you can't go upstairs and you can't go downstairs. So you're just restricted to one floor, right? So everything that happens on that floor is something that it's meant for you to know, right? You can go in all the classrooms on that floor and learn anything you want. the people you run into, the things you learn, the books you read, it's all meant to enhance your life and help you evolve where you are, right? You've already been down on the first floor, second floor. You're on the third floor for a reason. The people on the fourth floor are doing things you don't even know about, and you're not there yet, right? Think of it that way. And you can't go back down to the second floor, much as you might want to, because there's nothing there for you anymore, right? Oh, see what I did there? Wow. But it's not me, it's somebody else. So, that's a little nugget for today, right? How about that? So, I've always liked, even growing up, reading the obituaries, whether it's in my Facebook feed or in the newspaper. And so I have become aware that 3 people recently have passed away who've greatly affected my life in a good, who have been role models for me in one way or the other, or have made my life really great. And so 3 people died at age 92. And I might come back and talk about this week. So 3 is an important number, right? There's 3, the Trinity, 3, lots of important 3s. So the 3 people, one is my Aunt Marion, my dad's eldest sister, and she was a Cancer. And my midheaven is Cancer. In other words, what the way I am in the outside world, what people come to know about me, in my career, in my place in the world, right? Out there, your midheaven. So I'll talk about Aunt Marion another day. She was a wonderful, wonderful woman, and very talented and very spirited and fun to have around. I'll be talking about her. And then on the same day, Monday, I found out that Jerry Stiller passed away, who was Ben Stiller's dad. It's a comic. He was a part of the comedy team Stiller and Mira back in the, I guess, 60s, 70s when I was little. And then he was, of course, on Seinfeld as George Costanza's dad and some other shows. And I had just watched a movie with him this weekend, The Heartbreak Kid, and I was wondering, why am I watching this Ben Stiller movie? Because I've seen it like 10 times already. And it's one where he's with his dad. He co-stars with his dad in the movie. So he unfortunately passed away Monday. And the same day, Monday, the publisher of the Journal Enquirer, for the local paper that I used to write for back in the 90s through the early 2000s, she was responsible for keeping the newspaper an independent paper, and she was a Libra, and my ascendant is Libra. Ascendant is what people notice about you, the things what people see when they first meet you. And then Jerry Stiller was a Gemini, which is my North Node, which is kind of something that you're supposed to shoot for, So because he was a funny actor, he was a comedian, I think that he, was one of the people that I found very funny, and as an aspiring humorist, I think that, I always think fondly of very funny people. They inspired me a lot to follow in their footsteps in one way or the other. And Elizabeth Ellis also, being a woman in the male-dominated arena of publishing, newspaper publishing back in the day, and incredibly inspiring to me as a woman in the journalism field for a while there. I actually was able to freelance for the paper while she was there, and I got to know some of the editors, who worked for her. So these are stories in themselves that will come up, I'm sure, in future Zazoo books. So I just wanted to mention that today, and those may be a sneak peek. Oh, the natives are restless tonight. So that's a sneak peek at maybe future Zazoo stories. The people who, and we should write about the people who've inspired us, because, keep doing what the good things that you're doing, right? If you're passionate about something, they say, the expression goes, carry on, because you never know who you're inspiring, right? Who knows? If you keep going and keep fighting the good fight, someday somebody's going to read about you and go, you know what? That lady really, helped me, whatever. Become a better writer, made me laugh and want to be a humorist, gave me so much joy in life, and inspiring me to become a hostess and entertain people and tell funny stories and make them laugh, or whatever. So spend some time noticing and collect your stories and see, where does it take you? Who inspires you? And that's all for today. So until next time, Zazoo Plazz, wishing you light, love, and laughter.